Hey, all my peeps, it's Preston here, also known as Godzilla Hawk, and this is...
Nassau. Okay, you're ass out of nowhere.
Yep.
So, you too.
First of all, I like brand new shirt. I know you guys saw it. I believe it was at the Elimination Chamber, or was that... No, I think it was Money in the Bank.
But it's still not a Brock Lesnar shirt.
I'll get you the Suplex City shirt.
I either want the Suplex City and it says warning possible rain.
You mean the Brock Lesnar shirt he's wearing currently?
Yes. I also want the one the original one when he first came out. It was solid black, had the white back tattoo.
Yeah, with the red.
With the red dagger.
Well, that wasn't his. That wasn't his original. That was like one of his newer ones.
That was his
2012 or 2013.
That was his one of his first T-shirts when he first came out.
Well, do you mean back in like 2002, or do you mean back in like when he returned?
Back in 2002 when he first came out.
Okay. I was getting confused with it.
That was one of his first promotional T-shirts. You can't find it.
Okay.
It's pissing me off.
Well, maybe we'll check afterwards after this. But anyway, today we are going to be giving you guys our ROH review. Now, as you know, we did our WWE Money in the Bank live reactions, and we gave a review out for that. So we're kind of stepping out of the boundaries a little bit because we talked a little bit about Lucha Underground. I did ROH pay-per-view review already. It was the final battle back in 2014. I want to say right now, I've been trying to get Brandon to watch ROH, but the problem was we couldn't really find it where the television weekly shows have been happening. But now, since we get on Destination America right before TNA, we've been actually keeping up a little bit, and now we're watching that. And Brandon will agree that he's been watching the show, and so far he was just like, it's good, but it's not great. It needs more improvements. But we ended up watching this pay-per-view. I actually watched this last night. And Brandon just watched it with me just now to kind of do a recap on everything. And I think it was a very phenomenal show. I'm very happy. Actually, no. That's all I'm giving it because this is no. Yeah, that's what it deserves. It deserves applause. But we'll talk more about this, about the plus and reasons why. So as I said, we watched all the matches. So Brandon's not going to be going like, okay, we're going to go like the first last 6 matches, and then we'll talk about it. It's like, no, we're gonna judge the whole enchilada, as we like to call it. So let's start off with the first match. We got Mark Briscoe defeating D-Jack in this Dijak. Thank you. Singles match. It was not a bad match.
That's the only name that's like weird in the whole show. Guy named Dijak. I'm like, how do you not know that? That's like a chick being named Tom, and you're like, what? Does he talk like this? He's in there going.
No, sorry, I was thinking of the chick from freaking that one Adult Swim show with the freaking who's the fiance or the sidekick with the Hornet guy or the big guy. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, right? Yes, the freaking Venture Brothers.
Yeah, there you go, Venture Brothers.
But Dijak. How do you not say Dijak when you look at it? You're like, oh, it's that guy. Duh. Guy walking be like, hi, my name's Dijak. Like, your name has Die in it. Oh fuck. Well, I don't want to get jinxed.
So this was actually not a bad match. It was not a great match, but it was a good opener at best.
Something out of the ordinary.
Yeah. Obviously, like I said, Brandon never heard about the Briscoe brothers, but now he does, and he's a fan of them already.
Well, I'm a fan of the big guy. I'm a fan, of course, Jay Briscoe. Mark Briscoe probably should have had a better entry name instead of Mark.
Jay and Mark.
Like Twang Briscoe. Something weird to make up for his character being redneck kung fu. I mean, seriously, if he's going to be all that different, you might want to, hi, my name is Bill. No, it'd be like, hey, my name is Waska. And you're just like, what? And Waska. There you go. Something different with it. But yes, his maneuvers are kind of interesting. But yeah, it was an okay match.
Yeah, it was well. I want to talk about some spots. Like I said, I think the one spot even you went about is when Dijak grabs on Mark, he just throws him out of the ring like a javelin.
Yeah, I'm sitting there going, oh look, he landed on his ass. He's not gonna shit right for a week.
Exactly. So yeah. So and like I said, for a guy for a big guy, like 270 pounds for Dijak, he actually did some springboard moves. He actually did some agility to him. So for a big guy like that, doing something like that is kind of cool. Mark Briscoe is, I think, pretty cool as a wrestler. Do you think he'll be a world champion? I can't tell you that for certain. I don't want to say no, but I don't want to say yes either. Because we all know Jay Briscoe was originally tag team partner until he originally escalated to being a world title pitcher. Now look where he's at. He's in main events now, which is good. So they could do that, Mark. So like Brand said, it was a good opener. It was not great, but it was a decent show, decent opening to the show. Next, we got the Decay versus or defeating Matt Saito, aka Evan Bourne, and ACH. Again, this was another decent match at best. Matt Saito, ACH are really good athletes. I've always been a fan of Evan Bourne. I always have. ACH is an impressive athlete as well. The Decay, I'm not the biggest fans of, but that's probably because I haven't watched ROH as much as a lot of people. It's just maybe because I'm so used to seeing that ACH and Evan Bourne, they're high flying. I expected more.
Okay, which one's the bald one? That's the BJ Whitmer. Is
yeah,
the bald
yeah.
One, right? All right. So for the Decade, I really like their how it just it gravitates negativity to them. But BJ Whitmer takes it to another level, and in my personal opinion, is Ring of Honor's Vicky Guerrero. He's that natural. You hate him. You see him, and within 5 seconds of him doing anything, you're like, I hate you. You know, he's that character, and that he's Ring of Honor's Vicky Guerrero. He's that character, and he's going to be popular. Now, is he going to hold the world title? You know, it's going to happen one time, at least once, and it's going to be very interesting when that happens.
Oh, sorry. One thing I got to add: every time he came out, the fans would shout, "Fuck him" or "Fuck you."
Yeah, they really hate this guy. They used to tell Vicky Guerrero to shut up. They're telling BJ Whitmer to himself, okay? So I'm sitting there going, okay, so that's what happens when you switch genders with the Vicky Guerrero persona. Oh my God, surprised they're not throwing you. But he doesn't do anything impressive. Those ones where he doesn't do anything in the ring that catches your attention.
Like I said,
he's not impressive to me.
Not yet, anyways.
Adam Page, he's getting there, but again,
he needs
not
more
that impressive.
Like I said, they've been
his moveset needs to be more defined and has to be a little bit more
accurate,
flowing.
Yeah, more fluent.
I saw a lot of missteps in it, and they're just missteps. There were botches, there are missteps, but there were a lot of them. And he did recover well, so he has talent and he has the ability to improve. Matt Sadeh, can we just call him Evan fucking Bourne?
Yeah, okay. Matt Sydal is his name.
Evan Bourne.
Yeah,
I'm glad to see he's still wrestling. He was always one of my favorite high flyers from WWE
and ACW.
ACH is very impressive what he can do, and I give props to him, win or lose or draw. I hope his character goes further. But the match was okay.
Yeah, it was like the first match. It was another decent showing.
I think that whole segment, including the match, was just to make us hate BJ. Fuck you. Hey, blowjob Whitmer.
It does say that.
Yeah. And you're going, how can you hate a guy whose first initials say blowjob?
All right, next match. We got Dalton Castle defeating Young. I'm just going to call him Young, or the last real man.
Silas Young.
Another
one of those weird names. They have two of them with really weird names. First names, weird names. You got Dijak and you got Silas. And you can't remember either of them. There's your clap.
Again, I think Brian will agree with me. I think one word described the entire highlight of this match was ass.
There's a moon showing tonight. I think that match was the most entertaining. Out of all the matches, I was entertained. It doesn't mean that I was like, I was like, laughing my ass off.
Exactly.
I was entertained. That's one of those matches that when people have seen like the matches, you're like, okay, quick, before they decide to change channels, this is so some ass. That was that match.
The best part, the Dalton Castle guy was the same guy Brandon was actually talking to me last week. He was like, oh, this character's so gay,
he's
weird.
Pushing gay too much with this character. You'd think the gay community would start getting pissed about it. And it's like, what the is that?
Wait, Brandon, here's a highlight view.
I think their fans trying to push him over, and he's like, the fuck is that supposed to do? That was so... And it never ended, because after they left, like, someone in the crowd decided they would keep doing that the entire night.
Don't forget, though. Don't forget. I think it was Jan tried to do the roll up, and apparently his trunks got hung out. You saw his 50-year-old ass, and the fans were like, "Pull your trunks up!" As soon as he did, the fans started cheering. Thank you. And then Dalton pulls out his trunks again.
I was like, no! All right, so that's about it for that match. It wasn't impressive with anything to worry about.
It wasn't a great wrestling match, but it was entertaining.
So match number 4.
This one I think might have been the least best match just because of how short it was. War Machine defeated CNC Wrestling Factory.
CNC Wrestle Factory, which is Caprice Coleman and Cedric Alexander. Now, nothing to be happy about. I like the War Machine. It needs to be more fine-tuned. I know they're big guys, but they need to start picking up the pace. They have a lot of talent again, but it shows. Their look is kind of
Viking-ish.
And I'm surprised that they're not being talked to by the WWE about using that eye pyramid thing. Is it theirs or is it?
No, the decay. The decay. That's their thing. Remember?
Okay, that's another thing I wanted to touch on, because in that symbol in the same entrance for the
decay or recession.
For the ascension. My tongue's not working today.
That's all right.
Not enough sugar. But honestly, the match wasn't impressive.
Well, the high flyers were impressive.
It was a total burial of. I'm gonna say it was Coleman. And the War Machines just showed their strength as a team.
It was more like
you got Cedric just kind of turning heel and walking away.
Well, Alexander, this is more like, I don't understand. I think this match shouldn't really be on here. Don't get me wrong. Both these things are impressive, but I think this was more of a filler match and more of how to get Alexander.
They filled quite a hole.
And this is more like Cedric making him a popular heel, because ever since he defeated Moose on Wednesday, that was like an indication, this guy's getting built. And of course, we get to the next match, we'll explain more about that.
Well, let's just go ahead and skip to the next match then, because we don't want to talk about a hole.
Yeah. Next match, I think, was one of the matches of the night. It was a very great match. It was Roderick Strong defeating Michael Egan and
Elfin
and Moose.
The big elf. Damn, we should never have given those damn Moose tranquilizers to that elf.
And this was a great match. All these guys are extremely impressive. For example, like Moose, for a guy 300 pounds, that could do like springboard, bodies, cross bodies, and a guy that could do really great drop kicks.
Michael Elgin is a really ugly elf-looking guy, but he's like buff, he's not
like Rhino, almost like a Rhino.
No, he has the exact same build as Big E. He's Big E Langston size and shape. He's a big guy.
Well, he's got kind of the short arms, kind of like Rhino, though.
Yeah, yeah. But he got big E.
But
titties.
except more,
he got big E titties.
That rhymes.
Big E titties. I'm sitting there going, why? Why is there guys like? But he was impressive. He was very impressive.
Well, like I said, when he first saw him, he was making fun. I was like, dude, he's a big guy. And then I think the move that sold him the most, when he did the 450 from the apron and landed on his leg onto Roderick Strong on the apron, and even Brown was like, oh.
Yeah, I was sitting there going, That didn't feel good. And he got Roderick Strong, who's a speed wrestler.
Yeah, you could tell, like, I've seen Roderick Strong wrestle a few times, but this match proved that he is definitely worth watching. He's definitely a great wrestler. I bet all these guys are great wrestlers. They worked really well together.
Yes.
Roderick Strong ended up winning, which was good. Now he'll be in the main event, the next ROH pay-per-view, which maybe we'll do a review on, depending, because we got Global Force Wrestling on that pay-per-view day. So I don't know what we'll do about that. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I was about to sneeze. Do you have anything else to cap on about this match?
Just wanted to throw that out there. Did I just ruin your review?
No. Well, Moose is probably going to get pissed. No, but no.
Next match.
Actually, we have to capitalize on Moose ended up trying to shake Roderick's hand. They ended up shaking.
Oh, yeah.
The lady turned against, I don't know her name, she turned against Moose. And that's when Cedric came out with the wrench and knocked out Moose and his manager and then joined allied with
right before Moose was about to attack her. Moose was about to attack her.
Yeah, you could see he had the spear ready. Like I said, it was a great match, and that was definitely one of the better matches. Next match,
maybe fourth best out of 8.
Yeah. Next match, I think, was another match of the night. It was the Bullet Club, AJ Styles, Matt Jackson, and Nick Jackson. The Young Bucks defeating the Kina, which has Adam Cole, Michael Bennett, and Matt Taven with Maria from WWE in a 6-man tag team match. I'm going to say it right now.
This was match of the night.
This was an awesome match. You can just tell AJ Styles hasn't lost a beat. I
wish he'd cut his hair.
Yeah, that's just his person. That's just more like a nitpick.
Yeah, I'm sorry. If you have to fix your hair every time you turn, and you fix your hair on pay-per-view more than once,
I didn't see that. I wasn't paying attention.
You should probably cut your fucking hair.
Actually, I think one word can describe this entire match. Super kick Bill.
That's more of a destination, but yes.
Yeah. Should rephrase that. And you take first, in order to get to suplex speed, you have to take the highway to.
I'd like to just say it's more like ow, because yeah, it was one of those ones where you're just like you're ow, and you turn ow, and you turn around ow, and you just got hit from every angle you wandered into.
I wonder if Shawn Michaels,
unless you literally crumpled to the ground, you were just gonna get hit again.
I think Shawn Michaels, I think, must have trained all these guys.
And poor
Maria, who got Pele kick and 2 super kicks at the same time.
Double super kick and Pele at the
same time. Gosh, she's hot. Rest in peace.
They're gonna have to wash their feet after that.
Her ass will be missed.
Yeah, the ring always loves getting herpes.
Hey, hey, that is a character. She's actually a very nice person. And she's actually married to Michael Bennett.
Hey, lucky him. They get to share herpes.
Come on. Well, I forgot. This guy's Captain Asshole. He doesn't mean he's just being an asshole. It's his character. But like I said, all these guys did impressive tag team moves. They did the double adjustment pile driver. There's even one where one of the
the double adjustment pile driver looked like the Young Buck literally grabbed the guys by their nuts and pulled down. And I was just like, oh, it's bad enough I'm going into a pile driver. You got to grab my nuts too? And we were talking about you got grabbed from behind and nuts. So that makes you go like this, and you're dropped on your head. You're ow! Unnecessary, unsportsmanlike conduct. No, technical foul. No.
Yeah, he says that now, but if he ever got into a ring, he'd do the exact same thing, but worse.
That'd be nothing but nut grabbing. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess you want to win this thing. Ah! Kick him in the face. He goes up. No, got him again. As he turns around, kick him in the butt. He turns around, heck and pissed, and just drop kick him in the nuts. We call it the Nutcracker.
Well, another one.
Yeah, there's a move for you guys to put on your show. The Nutcracker in a no disqualification match. Guy gets angry, turns around, starts charging at you. The little guy just drop kicks him in the balls. Screw the leg. Nuts. And you just see the guy sit there, start drooling, and just like, and he just rolls up 1, 2, 3. How did he do that? He beat Moose with a drop kick to his balls. Yeah, I wouldn't want to compete anymore either. Ow! All we heard was bang and then pop, pop, and we're just like, was that what I thought it was? He got Moose in a wheelchair.
Yeah,
he's too big for it. Every time he does it, he leans forward a little bit and goes, ow, ow, Moose, ow. Moose! Ow!
You're welcome. You're welcome from Sincere's to Brandon.
He walked out in football gear so he could wrestle. He Well, he went to the hospital, came back in a dress. he had one of them dog cones on. Been neutered. Ow! I'm just saying, you know.
Jokes aside,
that was pretty awesome.
No, but this was like I said, the Young Bucks are just so talented that they make me miss the tag team division even more.
They're like they're the next gen D-Generation X. They really are.
Well,
they're really just the speed and the super kicks,
the agility, the tag team maneuvers.
Yes, they're just that good. They are the future of the tag team industry.
Well, I think the Gold Force, if I'm not mistaken, I think Gold Force Wrestling signed them along with Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, who are all part of the Bullet Club. Good, and so the only question is now,
AJ Styles.
Are they going to get AJ Styles, or is AJ Styles going to WWE? Personally, I think AJ Styles should either stick to ROH or go to Global Force Wrestling, because Global Force Wrestling needs those stars in Global Force Wrestling to make their talents.
It depends on what title he ever wants to hold. Because right now with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, that belt alone is the most identifiable in sports entertainment today. And it's actually more identifiable than things like the World Heavyweight Boxing Championship. I'd say it's pretty on par with the UFC Championship and the MMA Championship. It's up there. But I consider those to be a sporting belt, a sports playing championship belt versus a entertainment championship belt. Two separate things. I'm not dissing MMA. I'm not dissing UFC, because I believe that if you guys were in the same ring as me, I'm pretty sure there would be screaming, crying, kicking, biting, and crapping at the same time.
And not smacking?
Oh, I'm pretty sure, like, go away! Just holding on the side of the cable and pulling, like, go away! So what is this guy doing? They let go, like, why'd you turn around? No, wrong. That's a You're not supposed to do it. They're not doing it. Check the referee too. They're like, you're bigger than me. It's not disqualification for the little guy. And I weigh 300 pounds. But anyways, get way off the thing. I'm just saying that AJ Styles goes to WWE, it'd be for that. He stays with Ring of Honor, it'd be going after the world title. It makes sense, but he'd end up burying Jay Lethal so badly.
Well, like I said, we'll get more to that, but like I said, AJ Styles,
he's been for Global Force. It's understandable if he wants to do something new.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a new wrestling company, and
Well, with a new wrestling company, you get more props, you get more newness, and you can do things that aren't allowed, like the ability to pull off other people's finishers.
Everybody, Brandon, that's a nitpick for Brandon. Anyways, but we'll get more into that.
Great match of the night, in my opinion. Moving on, match number 7.
Next match, another great match is the Addiction of Christopher Danielson and Frankie Kazarian defeating the Red Dragons, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, and a no disqualification for the ROH Tag Team Championship. Great match. All these guys are impressive. Again, Christopher Danielson, Kazarian, they have, like AJ Styles, they have not lost a beat. They are still impressive to this day. Just seeing some of these guys kind of makes us kind of miss them, like in TNA and stuff, because it's like
that's where they got their start for us. That's where we met them, and they've always been impressive.
Well, they serve as young bucks.
I'm just going to say, Christopher Daniels, you need to get on the treadmill and lose some weight, you fat fuck.
Hey, respect it. He almost died.
Hey, I watched those two get in the ring with 2 other guys, and I was like, the 2 other guys are built. They're bigger than Christopher Daniels and Kazarian. And you look at Christopher Daniels getting his wrestling gear, and it's like fat hanging out of this, and they're like 40 pounds heavier than the other team. And they're going, Christopher Daniels got the other 40 pounds. Maybe 37. There might be 3 pounds around the love handles of Kazarian. But that's okay, because you know what? Chili. So, chili, pizza, corn dogs, and whatever the hell that was. I'm just saying, that's the only thing. I think Kazarian's not lost a beat. He needs to or at least work out a little bit more.
Well, he's still impressive.
Daniels has lost a little bit of his speed. He's still capable, but he lost a little bit of his speed. And I think if he lost a little weight, he'd be back up on that believability ranking. And
that's understandable. Like I said, Kazarian or Daniels wasn't really extremely fast compared to a lot of wrestlers, but what he lacked in speed, he had in agility.
Ring technability.
And agility.
He was bad play techno on his keyboard.
Well, there's a reason why he was, I believe, the very first X Division champion, if I'm not mistaken, or that AJ. No, that was AJ Styles.
He maneuvers in ways people can't even believe. And if you were to try that now, I'm pretty sure he'd end up crapping his
and a guy is like I would say, I think he's in his 40s. The guy still kind of wrestles and doing that shit. I mean, you gotta give him a lot of respect for that.
I can give a lot of people respect, but when you get fat for no reason, I can't do that. Hey, he was thin when he was wrestling in TNA. So when he transferred to Ring of Honor and got fat, he had no reason for that.
He looked like about the same weight thing he did back in TNA.
Maybe he should have kept, wrestling in like almost knee-high gear, or at least in full pants.
Well,
of course, then it would all hang out. But maybe a Kevin Nash look would have been better. But he goes for those. Not like those upper
awkward on
Daisy Duke cuts. He looked so uncomfortable. I was waiting for him to pick it out of his ass. I was sitting there going, no, so that's why that I'm screaming on the backside of it. It's sitting there going,
well, here's the thing. Well, here's the thing. Like in ROH, when they did the tag team title match, it was more like a handicap match. When we saw Daniels with the pants, it was like Daniels. That's Daniels. But then when you see him in this attire, where it's not like he was just wearing shorts and he had knee pads where he used to, or he had like the trunks or even really tight wrestling tights for legs. It was like those overalls like Big E or Ryback would use.
Yeah,
it looked really awkward.
And look at the bright side. At least it wasn't white. At least it wasn't white, because then we were sitting there. I hope he doesn't pick it up his ass. He picks it out and it's brownish and they're going.
P.S. They were wearing Venom attire.
Yes. So not picking on for that. Besides that, it was a great match. I'm surprised that Christopher Daniels to do what his signature has made in TNA and X Division, and that's brought out a screwdriver and someone in the eye with it.
Well, no, his signature is always the best moonsault. There was the Fallen Angel.
Did you not hear what I said? His X Division signature, which is to pull out a screwdriver someone in the eye socket.
But he also had other moves. He's done that.
I know, but that's it's a no disqualification match. You would have expected him at least to pull out a toolbox and hit someone over the head with it. So we have explode tools everywhere.
So in other words, that's equivalent to Triple H's sledgehammer.
Yes. Instead of him poking you in the eye, he literally pokes you up in the eye, and you're just like, ah! It's just kind of sticking out, and you're just like, get it out. You look to the side, and it goes that way. You look that way, and it goes that way.
I got it.
Put it back in. You're just looking places with it. I'm just saying, it was impressive. Yes, the tag team hasn't lost a beat together. Individually, I'm sure they have, but together they are still they're one of the
Red Dragons are really good too.
Red Dragons were very impressive. I love the no disqualification. What did I tell you about those using the rope to do a submission? How painful it would be.
Oh yeah, he did was it like a transfer type or like a headlock type thing?
He did like a headlock armbar, and he used the ropes, and he don't have to break it. I'm sitting there going, "Down, break his arm!" And then the reverse leg bar, just grabbing the foot and just hyperextending the. Oh my God, I've had that done to me. It hurts bad. Yeah, when you're in a dog pile and someone grabs you by your foot and pulls up, and you can feel all your tendons and your details start to tear, you're just like, and I just finger right in the side. that comes to me real quick.
Spoiler.
I have to understand that hurts, and I was like, great submission holds, great. I love
they used to seal Grail a few times for weapons. There's the.
Oh my God! I get hit with a plastic chair. Plastic, my one weakness. Break the chair. If you're gonna use a plastic chair, design it to shatter. Break the piece off. I want you to hit him so hard that the butt portion of it just comes off, and you're just like, oh look, the chair picked the butt portion up and leaves it like a cookie sheet, just blam over his head, or like you would a street sign.
Well, like I said, there's a lot of stuff the part where they had the addiction of sitting on top of each other on a chair, and then one of the Red Dragons pulls up the chair, and then
that
they
was
do
great.
it.
Like a shining, almost like a shining.
There's also
wizard.
then also the spot where they grab one of the dragons and they just threw him on top of the steel grate on the chair. So it was another good spot right there. Like I said, great tag team. The Addiction retain the titles. I can't wait to see what they do with these two teams. I hope it's not over. I hope they go out another few months for it. Next match, a lot of people will say this was the
final match.
A lot of people say this would be match at night, and I have to agree to since it was an amazing match. Not going to say it was my favorite match, but it was definitely a really close one to be match at night for us. It was for Tile versus Tile. Is for the ROH World Television Champion and the Ring of Honor Champion. Jay Lethal versus Jay Briscoe. In other words, which was the better Jay? That's like, or this guy.
I told him, and look at the bright side. If it ended a double disqualification and they stripped them both of the titles, they can always apply J&J security.
And the funny part was they mentioned security and they were talking about J&J fighting. We're like, oh my god, I didn't think about that.
And this guy tried to say something. I don't even remember what it was. I'm just saying, it was a good match. Props to Jay Lethal. He hasn't lost a beat. I still don't like the fact that he used, Jay Briscoe's finisher on him. I really didn't like that. That's my preference, is that you don't use your opponent's moves on them. It's not something I
well, like I said, if someone won off the move like that, that would be stupid, and I'll agree with you. But if someone hits it and then they kick out, it just makes it more emotional. Like I said, I was talking to her, like it was like the Triple H in the Undertaker match at WrestleMania 27, where Triple H hit 3 pedigrees, and he was thinking, so I hit 3 of my best moves at once. How do I beat Undertaker at Mania? And he thought, I have to do it. I got hit with his own tombstone. It has to be the only thing.
Well, because he couldn't do a choke slam.
Well, the choke slam is more.
I'm sorry. I just got to throw this out there. Hurricane can choke slam people, but Triple H can't.
No, but why? But here's the thing, though. Like I said, choke slam was a finisher back then. During that time, it was more a cincher. That's why it was more effective with the tombstone. And as soon as Undertaker kicked out, I actually have to be honest. If Triple H would have pinned Taker off that, the fans would be like, "Holy shit! He finally beat Undertaker and took a tombstone to finally beat him." How surreal is that? But the fact that Undertaker kicked out make it more emotional. I mean, like, how is the Undertaker going to die now? There is no hope, and the only hope was the sledgehammer. But of course, he didn't hit it. And like I said, that's WWE though. Yeah. And like I said, that's a nitpick for you, and I get to a point. Like I said, if he would have won the match off that would have been dumb. But the fact that he hit it,
like I said, for people to win this particular type of a match was basically a moveset won someone one title, and a moveset won someone another title, and they're going against each other. And the only way that match should have ended is if they stuck to their own movesets and seeing which one can pull it off better. Without going, I'll take this move, I'll take that move, I'll do this one from him. And no. I want to see them counter each other and do pure sportsmanship type moves and not use other people's moves. I'm not saying that they shouldn't use a super kick because everybody else uses it.
Well, that's opinion for Brandon, and that's fair. Like I said, I agree to a sense, but I still think it's cool to do that as long as they don't win off the move. If they win off the move, it's just dumb. But if you have them hit the move and then they like kick out or something, or they roll out of the ring or something, and then then that's fine as long as they win with like at least a roll-up or their own finisher or something like that. Like that. And that's what kind of happened. I like the spot where Jay Briscoe did the Jay Driller through the table. That was a good spot. You had the springboard from the second rope to a cutter. Jay Briscoe just gets right back up. He does. Jay Lethal does a handspring cutter. Bam. Brandon thought was like, done. The two cutters, that's done. 1, 2, kick out. We're like, fuck me. Jay goes for his move. He gets covered. That's when Jay Lethal does the move.
No. Jay Lethal went for Jay Briscoe.
The Jay
and it got countered, and he went for his, and he countered again, and they nailed it.
But instead of pinning him, Jay just got right back up again.
He was like this. he was just kind of bobbing like, ugh. Instead of going for a pinfall, he went straight to his finisher, which is bull. That means he's pulled his finishers off 3 times in a row, and I'm just like, hello?
And then
we call that the execution. You didn't even give him a chance. You didn't even have him try to roll him up, and then
well, like during the middle of the match, like they were counting each other's finishers, but this was more toward like the end of the match. Was like we have to end it, and they like said they didn't make Jay Briscoe look like a bitch. They actually made him look like Jay Lethal was like the underdog in this match, and Jay Briscoe was that fine champion. Like he was not going to quit, and it was going to take a lot to beat him. So I gotta give props. And like I said, Jay Lethal finally wins the match with the cutter, and you gotta give it to Jay Lethal. I mean, for a guy going around the world and after all the BS and all the stuff like the gimmicks and stuff he's been with, they finally take him seriously and they gave it to someone like Jay Lethal, and now they can see him how he runs with the world title now instead of just the television championship. He has a great run with the television champion. Now let's see if he can do same thing with the world title. Now the question is, who's he going to lose it to? Will Jay Briscoe and Jay Lethal have a rematch, maybe on Ring of Honor TV or near future pay-per-view? Who knows? But like I said, it was a great match, and overall this show, like I said, it had some dislikes, but there was a way more positives than like Extreme Rules in WWE, which I rewatched, and I got I was like the whole mask thing I did that was proof right there. WWE was just stupid. But this match, like I didn't do anything stupid. I was just like my eyes were glued on the television the whole time, whether the matches were entertaining, were good, were okay, or kind of like just filler. I watched them. They still always impress me. I give this an 8.5 or a 9 out of 10 of these. This was an awesome pay-per-view for the most part. Like there was just so many great things about it. There's just barely any negatives. More like nitpicks from you and me personally, and some opinion-wise. But I think we can both agree. Besides that, it was a great show.
I'd rate probably 7.8 to 8. Yeah. It wasn't epic, but it was definitely a good show.
Yeah, but yeah,
it definitely wasn't a Bound for Glory mishap.
Relax. Relax.
That's the one thing Jay Lethal is happy about. He's like, I wasn't a part of that crap. I may not have been wrestling, but you know what? I didn't do any of that. Good for you.
I had a 5-star epic match with freaking Jay Briscoe. And that's a funny thing, too. We were actually talking about this, about Lethal Consequences and how they split it, and how Consequences Creed, a.k.a. Xavier Woods, is now in WWE, and Jay Lethal's in there. And we were kind of making jokes like, in WWE, Consequences Creed, he's part of the New Day, he's jobbing. And then we go to ROH, and now he's in the major main event for both titles. And he beat Jay Briscoe. He's now world champion. It's like, whoops, we picked the wrong guy, or we're just like, well, we knew, like, can you just take Xavier Woods and put him ROH again? No.
He refuses to shave his head.
New Day sucks. New Day.
Anyway.
New Day.
Anyways.
New Day. Just say you suck.
Are you done?
New Day.
Anyways.
New Day.
Ring of Honor's World Television Championship champion Jay Lethal defeated Jay Briscoe. I'm not going to say evenly, but yes. He had quite a match. It's about time that he gets something.
I never thought the covers he did too. Like they were almost like pretty fluent too and pretty accurate. It wasn't like they lay on his arms. It looked like he lay on his head a pretty good times too. Like it actually looked pretty solid.
I never pictured him as a world champion before. Especially in TNA, because they were
he was more like a mid-X. He was always picked for like X Division or tag team at most.
Yeah,
like, you never saw him like when you saw Christopher Daniels, where it was the opposite. Where we saw Christopher Daniels at TNA, we're like, this guy should already be a world champion by now, and they didn't. But Jay Lethal here at ROH, it makes sense. The fact that he's a great heel, he's held that television championship for 441 days.
90% of their personnel are the same size as him.
And they're roughly the same. They're roughly the same age.
Yeah, they have only I think 6 or 7 guys that are bigger than him, and they're not all in the world championship circuit. So
yeah, or not title hunt. And the fact that they decided to give Jay Lethal a chance with this, and the fact they trust Jay Lethal with this. It was almost like when they gave Seth Rollins the Money in the Bank. It was like it was a big risk. And it was like it took a couple of years, but after years came, look at him now. It's like he's actually a good champion. He's a good wrestler, and that's what they're kind of doing with Jay Lethal. In my opinion, it's like they're giving him, or like Eric Young when they gave him the world title. It was a big risk, but he actually did pretty well with it at the time. So they're giving Jay Lethal a chance, and that's what I like it. They're trying to give these mid-card upper guys a chance to shine and see if they fail or they succeed at it, and that's what it is. This is like a run. This is a test to see if they have what it takes. And now the question is Jay Lethal going to be a credible world champion, or is he going to suck? We don't know, but from what we see, I think it's going to be a very good reign. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So comment down below. Tell us what you think about this show. And we'll see you guys next time. So I am President AK Godzilla Hawk. I will see you guys later. And your show. So we'll see you guys next time. And stay tuned. Yep. Stay tuned. We'll give you.
Thank you for agreeing with that.
And remember, hashtag at 50-year-old ass and hashtag JJ Security. Come on, those are the highlights in minutes. 50-year-old ass with a pink cock.
One of these days, someone's going to walk out and just smash those bird voting motherfuckers so bad. Anyways, y'all take it easy, and don't forget to have your local assholes spayed and neutered after you touch them very nicely. Don't forget your pants to be